Welcome. Today, this is an important request from ADS, Ambedkar Defense Squad. The request is that we have decided every Tuesday, why we decided every Tuesday, that is the day on which Dr. B.R. Ambedkar born. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar born on the day Tuesday, a weekday. So we decided that we want to try to adopt the Tuesday as our a day to build Ambedkar knowledge in the Dalit colonies. So ADS is requesting across the country, every Tuesday we'll be having Ambedkar school. Of course, immediately it is not possible. Every village, I don't think every village you will start talking about it. What we are requesting is every Tuesday, just have a moment, at least if anybody is watching my video, just have a vision that every Tuesday I want to discuss about fundamental rights written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in the Constitution. What are the fundamental rights given to the lower scheduled caste Dalit communities? What is annihilation of caste? What are the constitutional rights given in the Constitution of India? What are the atrocity prohibitions that we have? And how they are being diluted in the name of religion, of course. And they say that the Christians cannot file atrocity cases. These are all how they are diluting the fundamental core protection system of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's Constitution. And these things we need to discuss with at least one person. I request anybody is watching this channel and every Tuesday have a mission that discuss about Ambedkar Constitution, fundamental rights, laws, policies, at least with one person in a day, in every week. One person, at least find one person and just have a discussion with him, dialogue with him. Tell about this. Ask him also to talk every week with at least one person. I am damn sure within 1 month or at least 1 year, will cover the entire village. An entire village, they come to know what are the fundamental rights of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Constitution. It discusses about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Constitution, fundamental rights and everything. Nobody is talking about Ambedkar in the Dalit colonies. Nobody is talking about Constitution in the Dalit colonies. Nobody is talking about Ambedkar ideology in the Constitution. Everybody is talking about Sanatana Dharma, Bharatiya Janata Party, Congress, India Bloc, NDA, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, this OC, SC, STP. Nobody is talking about what Ambedkar wanted, what Ambedkar desired that these lower communities should come out to grow as an equal citizen in India. Nobody is talking about. Why nobody is talking about? Because they were diverted with unnecessary things. They were diverted. If anybody talks about Ambedkar, they're not giving opportunities. If anybody talks about Ambedkar, they don't give them, encourage them. They intentionally don't give opportunities. If you talk about Sanatana Dharma, they give you opportunity. If you talk about BJP, they give you. If you talk about Congress, they give you. India Bloc, JMLA, JMP, J Naikudu, then they will give opportunities. If anybody is talking about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Constitution, fundamental rights, they're intentionally suppressing. If anybody is trying to suppress the knowledge of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar or knowledge of the constitutional rights, remember that they're suppressing your fundamental rights because they don't want Ambedkar to be talked too much. The Ambedkar word is very irritating for some people because, he talked about multiple rights. He always talks about fundamental right. Ambedkar talks about fundamental rights always. The leaders, they hate if someone talks about fundamental right. They just listen to you. They wanted you to just listen to them and follow whatever they tell. If somebody talks that I have right, fundamental right, equality, protection, dignity, manners, if you talk about, they don't like it. You have to follow them. They'll give you 1/4, or they give some money, and take money, take quarter, and vote to them and listen to them whatever they say, to hold their agenda or flag, JMLA, JMP, you have to follow them, then they like you. If you ask questions, they don't like. So that's why we wanted to change the system, at least in the lower community system, we have to change it. You need to discuss about Ambedkar. So we are starting this Ambedkar school concept. It's a voluntary system. Ambedkar school is nothing like Christians, they have Sunday school, every Sunday school they will teach to children. So like this, let us go on every Tuesday, Ambedkar school. There will be no force. If you are convinced with this option, please gather 2-3 people on every Tuesday. Just, it doesn't matter, it may be even midnight, it may be even at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Before you sleep, 5 to 6 people, just for 10-15 minutes, talk about the fundamental rights, constitutional rights, and what they are, why they were away from the mainland society. Teach them. They need education. The children needs education. Okay. So, caste atrocity monitoring network is most important. We need to talk about, these people need to be aware of that collective, they need to be aware of the collective rights system, the legal protection, and how to avoid the atrocities. And this, at least villagers need all this education. That's what I want to say. They need skill training, entrepreneurship network, cooperative societies, educational scholarship funds they need. But none of them they're talking about. They're talking about the religion, caste, religion, party, old system, you or me, your ancestors are my ancestors. This is the discussion in India. Organize Ambedkar cultural festivals. And why no Dalit writer, Dalit singer is promoted, talked about much, given awards? Nobody knows. They write so many essays, debates. Nobody discusses in the mainline media about Dalit writers, their concern, their questions. Nobody discusses. Land distribution data, nobody will talk about. Budget allocation data, nobody talks about. Backlog vacancies, nobody talks about it. Hostel improvements, scholarships, representation in local bodies, nobody talks about it. So that's why we need to work with SC colonies, ST colonies, BC colonies, landless laborers, agricultural workers, women's group. We need to work with all these communities, and this is ADS is going to work among all these people. And we are going to be a political force in the days ahead. We are going to be a political force. Across India, we have to grow as a political force. Separate dining arrangements required. See, many people still separate dining. Still there are temple entry restrictions. They say that no, not like that. Still, some people, they follow. Temple entry cases are not coming up into the media because, first of all, these Dalits are not trying to go into the temples of the dominant society. They are going to their own temples. Once they try to go, then the cases will come. Then they will object. Nobody is trying. They are scared of going to the dominant society temple. So nobody is going. So nobody objecting. So no cases are coming. Because in the villages, they don't dare to go to the dominant society's temples because they have to work under in their field for survival. They just do their job and they go to their own temples. They will not go to the dominant society temples. So that has to be changed. Youth leadership camps, public speaking trainings, legacy, literature work, social media, all these things we need to take. That's why we are requesting everybody who here is watching this video, On every Tuesday under the ADS banner, we are going to start the Ambedkar schools, like Sunday school, Christians. It's voluntary. If anybody you want to educate the people, minorities, Christian minorities, what they have fundamental rights. Muslims, what the fundamental rights they have. Like even then you cannot talk about why you are not talking about Hindus. Like we are talking about Christian minorities, Muslim minorities, and some people are why you are not talking about Hindus. I'm talking about Dalits, right? Backward communities, Dalits, fundamental right. They are Hindus, right? They're only Hindus. We're talking about Dalit colonies. They all are Hindus, right? All Dalit colonies are Hindu colonies. So we're talking about Hindus only. In addition, you have to do with Christians and Muslim, their concepts you have to do it. So they used, so literacy is most important, as Ambedkar said. Most important thing is literacy. We need to avoid, in the days ahead, we have to see violence free, social boycotts free India, landlessness free India, education exclusion should not be there, and economic exploitation should not be done to these lower communities. If that happens, only the education comes from the lower communities. I know that it's highly difficult. The people are scared to talk about all these things. People are scared because the moment you talk, they don't encourage you. They don't encourage you, I'm telling you. The moment you talk about all, they don't encourage you. You will be isolated. They keep you away from their system. They keep you away from their political system. Everything they do it. But still, we need to talk about all these things. That's all what I wanted to say. Thank you very much. Please have it that vision that every Tuesday, find someone and discuss about fundamental rights. That itself is Ambedkar School. Thank you, Namaskar.